Spike Podcast, NFC North Podcast. My name is Imorie Curry, represent the Green Bay Packers, and welcome to the Wild Card Round show of the Spike. I'm joined again by Mr. James Robinson of the LA Rams, Mr. Vontae Crowder of the Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Axel Roig of the New Orleans Saints, and Mr. Corey Townsend of the Detroit Lions, guys. Now, I'm just gonna briefly go over this Packers loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. We all know this. There was a lot of questionable calls. The fumble in the opening kickoff of the play, arguably the worst call in ref history that I've ever seen. But, I mean, obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles didn't look that good. They didn't score a bunch of points. I think that our defense showed up against them. That was kind of an unforeseen circumstance. And I think that we have a lot of good things moving forward into the offseason. Obviously, our quarterback coach, Tom Clements, is retiring. That's a huge blow. Hopefully, we hire another good quarterback coach to kind of help us get our offensive line. Obviously, Jair Alexander is questionable up in the air as far as if he's going to return to the Packers. We suffered a bunch of injuries in the game. We lost Jaden Reed. We lost Romeo Doubs. Obviously, Christian Watson is out with the ACL injury. Josh Myers, our center, was injured. You know, Elton Jenkins got hurt. It was just an overall bloodbath. And I think the Green Bay Packers fucked up this game. We were not ready for it. And even Tucker Kraft said it yesterday. So a video released when the Packers were cleaning out their lockers. And Tucker Kraft, our tight end, who was not involved enough in this game, arguably one of our best receivers, had a couple things to say about it. And I'm gonna touch on this, and then we'll move on to the other games. But Tucker Kraft himself said that the Green Bay Packers were not ready. He said that a lot of people on this team were not willing to put in the same amount of effort as others. And I think that was the realest thing he could have said, especially being a second-year tight end for us guys. And, if there's one thing I can be saying, we'll kick on to this later, it's like, when it comes to playoff guys, will you guys all agree that the most disciplined team wins? Is that a fair assumption? And obviously, the Packers were not disciplined at all. We looked like it was week one. It almost looked like a preseason team. But, I mean, we did suffer a bunch of injuries. There's a lot of people calling for the firing of Matt LaFleur, which I don't agree with. There's a lot of people firing for the firing of our offensive coordinator, which I do agree with. But, at this point in time, we just got to come through and we got to play some real football. And I think that this offseason is going to be very tumultuous for the Green Bay Packers fans, guys. But, with that being said, the Packers are out. Our season is over. I submit that the Packers are not an elite team in the NFC, and we're just going to move on from that. So, let's take a second. Mr. James Robinson. Y'all shit on the Minnesota Vikings last night, brother. Talk your shit. Talk your shit, bro. How did it feel to watch your team come out and to go against all odds and put up on a dominant performance against LA Rams? How'd that feel?
Well, the last show I had on a diaper, man. I had on a diaper for a reason.
Believe me, all of our followers have told me that was one of the funniest moments I've seen. I appreciate the fuck out of it, my guy. It was great.
I had a diaper on for a reason, man. And I knew in my heart we was going to beat the Vikings. That's why I wanted them first. Yeah. I just had a lot more faith in that because I knew Darnold was a sitting duck. So when Detroit did what they did, I said, oh, yeah, we got the blueprint now. Mm-hmm. So I just knew that was over. Now, I didn't think it was going to be that bad, honestly. I thought it was going to be a better showing for the Vikings, but as we can see, that didn't work out well for them. I feel real good about going into Philly Sunday.
I did too.
I think our offense going to travel. I know our defense going to travel. My only concern is with our offense, we have a tendency to stall ourselves. Mm-hmm. We'll start the most stupid-ass penalties, them holding calls, false starts, bro. And, we did it against the Vikings, man, when we was rolling. We really supposed to beat them damn near 40-9. But, we kind of stalled out on a couple drives because of penalties. But I think but we still got back on. Mm-hmm. So I think as long as, like you just mentioned, we stay disciplined, man, I think we got a real good shot against Philly, man. Plus, it's a revenge game for the way they beat us the first time. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, they beat us, 30-20, 30-17 or something like that the first game. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Barkley had to have a career-setting day to do that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I look at that, nothing about this game really scare me. Because I know my coach will have my team prepared. And I know they prepared mentally. Mm-hmm. So whatever happens, I'm cool with. But I do believe in my heart, we're gonna beat the Eagles and have to see Detroit again in the NFC Championship this time versus the divisional round.
Yeah, and so if I can get my 2 cents, man, dude, because I watched that game last night, and as far as the NFC North, outside of the Lions' dominancy and outside of the Packers just eking into the playoffs, dude, the Vikings were primed and set to break their curse this year. And I think that when they came up against you guys, for some reason, we saw the old Sam Darnold. We saw the New York Jets Sam Darnold. And now the question that remains is his contract negotiations are now fucked. And I think that honestly, they're completely destroyed. And I think that honestly, I'm glad that the team that really put the Vikings on their ass was you guys, James. It's because I'm not gonna lie, the team I saw show up last night, I haven't seen all year. And I love that you guys have enough strong coaching staff to be able to take that energy and disperse it beneath your players. Like, honestly, you guys are riled up. You came to the game hot. Even in the stadium, you guys didn't dominate. I believe it was 51% Vikings fans and 49% Rams fans. But it was at a neutral site, and you guys ran that shit like it was home. Now, one thing I will say is, I think that there's way more experience between you guys and a lot of the other opponents you guys are going to come up in the NFC North. In the NFC period, coming up into the wild card season. But, man, you guys have the best win of the wild card I think that I've seen, man. And all bullshit aside, I know we talk our shit in the show a lot. We all throw our shade. Hell, you had on a diaper. You cooked my ass a little bit a couple times. I cooked you back a little bit. But, man, dude, you guys really had a resilient performance last night. And I'm very proud to see that, how at least some coaches in the NFC can get their players to fucking ascend to a whole nother level of, respect and shit. So, this is something that comes to be saying is that, you said the one thing is your coach prepared your players. I think that in this season, it's going to come down to which players are the most prepared. And, with all that being said, you guys next week.
And
go ahead.
The whole team has to be bought in, man.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about football. Once the whole team is bought in, win, lose, or draw, you go away feeling good about whatever happened. And that's the thing I'm learning about football, man. That's why my confidence level, my belief in my team is the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
When we was 1-4, I called it early. I
Bro,
said,
you literally came on the show after losing. You came on the show after losing to everybody on it and said exactly what the fuck was going to happen. You guys started off slow. You started off season 1-4. And you're like, okay, it's been a rough couple of weeks. We're going to win out and make the playoffs. And you guys absolutely fucking did. One of the boldest predictions on the show, which is why I'm glad we have a public record now, of resiliency. I think that Sean McVay, and if I could beeline for a little bit before we go into the next game, the Sean McVay coaching tree. Let's discuss that a little bit. Shanahan, gone to Super Bowl, lost twice. Fucking Matt LaFleur hasn't gone to a Super Bowl. Hasn't even made it past the NFC Championship game. Always loses. And Sean McVay, we can talk about all the other things. Bro, that man is he's a legit scheming head coach. And I think that the one thing about Sean McVay is that he doesn't give a shit about the preseason. He doesn't give a shit about the regular season. He plays playoff football. His schemes are coached. And you guys' defense is fired up last night. You guys sacked Sam Darnold 9 fucking times.
9 times. Bro.
And then sacked him once for a scoop and score. Man,
that's why I say it's more than just the players. The players bought in, but I have fell in love with Chris Schuler, bro, and the defense he runs, bro.
Underrated as fuck.
He works with the players he have, bro. Mm-hmm. He have the people in the right position to play to play the role that they need to play, bro. Even when we was hurt. The way they coach them guys up. Because you got to understand, bro, we got about 4 or 5 rookies on our team, bro, on defense, bro. We got the second youngest defense in the league.
And last night, y'all fucking sacked Sam Darnold 9 times. The fuck?
And we really have the potential, bro. We have the potential to mess up the bookies and really... And I'm talking about and really throw the whole bracket off, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you now, nobody will have us picked for Sunday, bro. And I'm going to the boat, and I don't even gamble, bro. But I'm going to the boat.
I'm about to say everybody who goes with the Rams about to win a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna roll with the Rams, bro. Trust me when I say this, bro. The sports announcers, everybody on TV, and I love it because every time they do it, we shit on them. Dan Orlovsky, he always on our side.
Always.
He loved Matt Stafford. But guess what he did? He picked against us. He went with the Vikings. Guess what? Toasted that ass. So therefore, hey, I just stick with my squad, man. I believe in what I believe in, man, and I'm connected with my fellows, man. And when we beat the Eagles,
you said that last week. You said that last week. You were like, I feel connected with my team. And arguably, that's what football is all about. Football, to run a successful franchise, guys, let's be real. If we're talking about the Lions, we're talking about the Saints, we're talking about the Cowboys, we're talking about the Rams, we're talking about the Packers. The only thing as a fan that you want to see is complete fucking faith in your organization and your coach's scheme. And there's very few teams in this league that have the coaching staff and have the records and have won the correct games to instill that level of confidence in their fans. And I will say, like, dude, as a Packers fan, sure, we got knocked out by the Eagles, 22-10, but y'all beat the fucking Vikings 27-9, and they lost way worse with a way better record, and still, it all comes down to resiliency, my guys.
That's why when I look at y'all game against the Eagles, bro, y'all lost 22-10, bro, and your defense played lights out. If Jordan Love and the rest of the offense would have played anything like they did this season, they would have beat the Eagles, bro.
Completely different game, bro. But like you said,
y'all would have beat the Eagles.
It comes down to confidence. If you're going to coach players, especially with the second or the youngest team in the NFL, bro, the false starts, the fumbles on the opening fucking kickoff can't happen, bro. Like, I knew as soon as I saw that. He
did rock his ass.
Yeah, but he rocked. Also, there was a kind of helmet-to-helmet there that wasn't called, but I'm not going to go into it. Just saying, I was not going to go into it. But, I mean, at the same point in time, as a Green Bay Packers fan, as much as I talk shit on this show, I knew we were going to lose. I'll be real. I knew it. I still had to ride for my niggas. I
You know, I hate your fucking team, but boy, was I rooting for y'all.
I know. But also, that's the thing. And I think that, and I'm going to shift on from the Packers in a minute, but like, guys, dude, my team is young, and they didn't believe in themselves. Who were the star performers in our performance? Josh Jacobs picked up that offense on his fucking back. That run to the one, they grabbed his shirt. They carried 6 of the fucking people to the fucking 1 yard line. Where was that from our offense? How did Jordan
Before we move on, I got a question though. In the Rams-Vikings game, was that a fumble? Was that a fumble that
you talking about that throw pass? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Dude, I'm sorry. Honestly, dude, here's my thing:
you know how many niggas in the league be doing a little flick pass, so now all of a sudden the flick don't count.
Hey, man, look, guys,
the replay clearly shows Stafford hand going forward.
His
hand went forward, bro, and Puka Nacua was right there in the area.
That was
so it wasn't no intentional grounding, and it was no fumble. That was a vet move.
But also, that's coaching.
You're not dropping the ball like this.
Shovel pass.
It was a shovel pass. Also,
shovel pass.
You know what that is, Mr. Robinson? That's called elite quarterback play.
That's what I said. That was a vet move.
Of what Sam Darnold did. You take 9 sacks and you don't throw the ball away once, you're bad. I'm sorry.
That's all I was thinking.
That's a vet move, man. That's all that was.
When they showed that replay, I was like, Matt Stafford is a dog, bro.
No, he's
brilliant.
How
smart you gotta be. You know how fast that shit happened?
And if you look at it too, his head was down. His head was down.
His head was down,
and
bro.
Still made the proper thing, bro.
Focused on getting the ball out the hand so I don't take a sack. That's why I didn't understand Sam, bro. It was hard to watch. It was
legitimately hard to watch. It was, bro.
I mean,
it's easy to tell a quarterback that's won a Super Bowl on someone that has not. Like that pressure that you get, that's the pressure for the playoffs for your first time compared to someone who's like, I've been through this whole thing and I've won the whole thing. Like it's just another game.
It's just another game, bro.
It matters, man. That playoff experience fucking matters, man.
You know,
even if you go into the playoffs and lose, as long as you playing good and like he said, sticking to the game plan, buying into the coach and the scheme and everything. Even if you lose, you did your all, you played the right way. That experience is going to take you even further if you can get back to the playoffs And boy, did that inexperience show.
Hey, my last point to why I'm so confident.
Go for it, bro.
And McVay said
it's really your show. So talk to the shit, bro. Like I'm all in on the Rams.
Well, good, because McVay said, what did McVay tell us? McVay had told the team, man, we still got more than 5 or 6 players, bro, who was on the 21 team when we won the Super Bowl. So imagine that experience, like we talking about. That experience, bro, just to get the other young guys settled.
Exactly,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying? For what they fit to get ready to go through. How important these next 2-3 games is, bro. Like, I'm so confident in the experience. Cooper Kupp ain't made a splash yet. But what he doing?
And honestly,
he's still out there. He's still out there running the route. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do.
You targeted him what, twice last night? Twice? And then you guys twice. And you still
He caught one pass for 29 yards. Now that's my whole thing. Now guess what? Guess what game he gonna show up in? Eagles. You know why?
Right,
because they gonna target Puka, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna have to double Puka. They gonna have to double Puka. Puka is a problem. Now, my only other problem is I hate Higbee got hurt. I love Higbee. That's my starting tight end. I hope he able to go. But if he ain't, I have confidence in our backup number 87. I can't think of his name right now. But tight end play and that run game is how we gonna beat the Eagles.
Honestly,
watch what I tell you.
You guys are gonna beat the Eagles off of Sean McVay's ability to scheme, depending on which defense he's going against. Because let's be real here. Like I know that the Eagles have the number 1 arguable defense in the NFL right now, but the Vikings were top 10. I think at this point they were number 5 or number 8 or something in there. They've been fucking up everybody on that. But Sean McVay has a special talent of uniting his team for a common goal. It's the same thing that Dan Campbell has going. It's the same thing that we thought Kevin O'Connell had going, but you guys are doing it better. And I think that, there's something to be said about you guys coming into winning this game. Dude,
if we could beat San Francisco, bro, when they was at their peak, bro, with their run game, I ain't scared of no damn Philadelphia, bro.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be. You absolutely
you know what I'm saying?
Be.
That's why my mindset is the way that it is. I respect Barkley, but nigga, I respect I respect McCaffrey too.
Yeah, but what did McCaffrey do this year though? Let's be real.
I ain't talking about this year. I'm just talking about just talking about these previous years in general.
I get it.
Yeah.
But you know what though? I'm not gonna lie. As far as wild card weekend, as far as I'm concerned, but the Rams won it. I'm just gonna call that. They had the most dominant performance out of all these games, and I'm on board with you. So now we don't have Miss Olympia Smith. She was previously going to join. Maybe we'll rebel and save her. But before we move on to the potential matchups, let's talk about the Washington v. Bucks game, guys. Because Jaden Daniels as a rookie is absolutely lights the fuck out. And we can argue that C.J. Stroud had a good performance in his game. Sure, they cooked the Chargers, but with Chargers having Herbert and a new head coach, Jim Harbaugh.
They ain't got no offense.
They don't have no offense, bro. They didn't instill that.
Bro, they top receiver is McConkey, bro. Whatever his name.
Lad McConkey. That's a Georgia boy. Put some respect on his name. That's a Georgia boy. But
I'm just saying, though, bro. Like,
hey, man, even with the way Houston's been playing, I didn't think Sandy or LA Chargers was going to win. No.
I thought their defense was going to hold up better. I thought they were going to play better defensive game.
What you got to say? Vontae? Give us your take.
No, I was just saying I haven't really seen anything from the Chargers all year that really blew my mind, so I didn't have no faith in them anyway.
Fair.
Yeah. I had no faith in them anyway. Houston's been kind of playing so towards the end of the season, but we've seen them be explosive. And they have their moments. I ain't seeing none of that from the Chargers. So
fair.
I think the AFC happy that the Bengals didn't make it, bro. I'm gonna just be real.
I'm not gonna lie. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase would have fucking lit motherfuckers up, bro. Like,
they happy the Bengals ain't make it, bro. I'm telling you that, man.
I'm a firm believer that the Chiefs threw that game to avoid it. I'm a firm believer.
Bro, say it again, Axel. Say it again, bro. Like, dude.
I really think talking shit, Axel, because I agree.
Like
that whole situation is perfect for them. Like, hey, it really doesn't matter. You lock up the first seed. You want to let your players rest if they're banged up. That's fine. Oh, and you actually might make the team that could beat you not come into the playoffs. Like,
and if it was any other team, they wouldn't have cared. They would have played. If it was any other team, they would have played.
So I gotta ask you guys a question. You know, with all that being said,
even when they locking shit down going into the playoffs previous season, the boys play all 16, 17 games.
So did.
Can I ask you guys a question? Was that a good coaching strategy to take an L? Was it?
Nope.
From the Chiefs. Yep. That wasn't a good coaching strategy. It was not.
Yep. I tell you what.
Hold on. Let me hear from Papa yet. What's up, Papa? What you got?
Oh, no, that's a good coaching strategy coming from Andy Reid because he's a well-established coach. Mm-hmm. And they've been to the Super Bowl, so they know what's what. They know the formula. They know it's a new season. They know how to play. So that's a good strategy for Andy Reid. Mm-hmm. Now, say if Washington would have took an L just to do that, there'd be a different ball game with the coach, with the whole new steam they have. So now that's a good coaching decision by Andy Reid. Like I said, he's dangerous. He's dangerous. It's hard to go against Reid.
It is. He's arguably a better coach than Bill Belichick. Let's just be real. Arguably. I mean, like, even though Bill Belichick's got 7 rings, but Andy Reid just fucking comes out of nowhere and fucks you up. Even with a mid-team, he'll win the goddamn football game. So I think there's a lot to be said to that, Corey. Good point. Want to take something?
I just lost my train of thought listening to y'all boys. What was I finna say? Corey, what was your last point? That'll probably ring a bell.
Oh, no, I was saying that Imorie was asking whether that was a good coaching strategy.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I say to kind of guarantee your team getting a little further in the playoffs than if they would have played the Bengals, it's probably a good coaching strategy if you look at it that way, because I was just saying the same thing. I was like, the Bengals' record don't really
reflect. It doesn't.
It don't really reflect
it's because their defense
how good their team is. I said their defense is lacking.
Their defense is ass, bro. It's dog shit, bro.
It don't even need to be top 3, top 5. They could have been a top 10 defense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It would have been a completely different story. And even with their defense being as soft as it is right now, they would have figured out a way to whoop fucking Kansas City's ass if they got in the playoffs. And I think it was a weak move because, like I said, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in the past few Super Bowls that they've won, them niggas wasn't sitting out the last game.
No, the fuck they
played in 3 weeks. They played in 3 weeks, bro.
Them boys played every game all the way to the end. And even with Cincinnati losing the games they lost, they were all good games.
Bro.
And from the beginning to the end. And they all lost. They lost all them games by what?
3 points.
One score?
Yeah, it was a one-score game, for sure, 100%. Now, Devontae, it's interesting that you brought up that point, because let me ask you this. And this isn't really a question for everybody, but I'm focusing on Devontae. Can we all agree that the Bengals offense might be some of the most elite offense in the AFC? Like, can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
I mean, they led the league, I think, in touchdowns or passing touchdowns, passing yards, all types of stuff.
All that shit, bro. All that.
Their situation,
I mean, at every level. Their
situation right now the Bengals give me the same vibe I had as a Saints fan, like maybe 10 years ago, when we had literally the league's worst defense. But then we had Drew Brees throwing for 5,000 yards.
Drew fucking Brees, bro. Dude, like, and honestly, we haven't seen a quarterback get 5,000 yards in a couple of years, right? Am I not mistaken?
No, they got close. It's been 4,300.
Close, but no dice. And here's my thing. So before we go on to the next game, we'll talk about the AFC games, then we'll go into a little bit more of the playoff picture. What is the Bengals? What do they need to be elite? I mean, like, obviously their offense is already elite. And I'm wondering if, there's a certain, dichotomy in play where the Bengals in the offseason pick up a bunch of defensive players. Maybe fire their DC.
Have they had the same defensive coordinator?
I don't know.
Or have they changed?
I don't follow Cincy like that, so I'm not. I can't really talk about their coaching staff, but just from what I've seen this season, they don't really need to focus on improving the offense. Maybe making sure their offensive line stays stacked up and solid, but defense, they need to work on defense.
Yeah,
they could have had two, maybe three key defensive players that could have really made some noise.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's not.
Do they not have Miles? Do they not have Myles Garrett? Is Myles Garrett not on the Bengals?
That's the Browns.
That's the Browns. So
that's the Browns.
That's funny.
But I don't think Myles going to a Brown long.
Exactly. That was my next point. Is because even though the Packers lost to the Eagles, Josh Jacobs post-game interview, he said, "I'm going to bring my friends here." He said, "I want to bring people here who are going to make us an elite fucking team." You know who that sounds like to me? And this is just me speaking objectively. Sounds like Max Crosby might be the number one player that Green Bay goes after in the offseason. Now, Corey's up there.
He's on Detroit.
He's not going to Detroit. I'm telling you right now. He wants to go to
Detroit.
Oh, my God.
He'll come to Detroit before he goes to
You really? You think so?
You think not?
I don't think so. I think it wants to be with his friends.
Okay, well,
it's just my personal thing. We're going to see in the offseason. It's going to be a hell of an offseason, guys. But like I said, before we move on to the AFC games, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for popping into the show tonight. This is the first wildcard show on this show. And I think that it's been a great season so far. Axel, thank you for making time. I know you had a lot of shit going on, but I really appreciate you being here, guys. But for real, honestly, I love each and every one of you guys. But let's ask the hard questions moving from here on. Let's move to the Bills-Broncos game. And let's talk for a minute, because I have a couple of things to say. Now, as far as Rookie of the Year, Jaden Daniels has locked that all the way fuck. Can we all agree? Axel, you don't think Jaden Daniels is Rookie of the Year?
I'm not gonna say that he just locked it down, but he probably will win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Bro, he already won a playoff game. Cool.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You got to look at the way he won his game.
Yeah, but playoffs don't really. I mean, do they consider playoffs?
I don't know.
Yeah, those are.
I thought it always went off the main season. It's all regular season.
Yeah, it's just regular season. I mean, it's just like
fucking
Lamar Jackson winning.
But that's Lamar Jackson.
He still turned Washington around.
Thank you.
He turned Washington
around,
you, James.
Man. Okay, so Vontae, if you disagree, Vontae and Axel. Yeah, but Vontae and Axel, if you guys disagree, who's Rookie of the Year? If not Jaden Daniels, I'm just asking you guys. It don't have to be quarterback.
I'm not saying that I don't think he's not going to win, because I do think he's going to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year. But we're talking. You just brought up the Buffalo and Denver. Bo Nix been playing. He don't look like he's a rookie either.
He doesn't.
He don't look like he's a rookie either. And you talk about turning around the team. What did Denver do last year before he got there?
True, but let me ask you a question.
Denver already had a stacked defense, though,
Thank
bro.
you, James.
But it takes more than just the defense to win games.
He also got Sean Payton,
an elite team.
And so let me ask you this. So I hear what you're saying about Bo Nix versus Jaden Daniels.
Can
we talk about the Hail Mary winning against the Bears, though? The Hail Mary winning against the Bears, though. Let's be real. Cliff Kingsbury and the offensive coordinator at the fucking Commanders. Bro, that Hail Mary win. They stayed relevant the entire season.
Crazy stat?
What's that?
I just saw something that said, I think the 5 games they won on the last play of the game. Mm-hmm. I think that's fucking crazy. I just think that's crazy how that shit always happens that way for them. Mm-hmm. I only say that because they're in my division and I hate them niggas. Not as much as the Eagles. But I that's why I say I'm not saying I don't think James not gonna win. I don't think that he just like dog walk everybody to that award. But things like that, them winning on the last play, making some unbelievable play. Dude's poise is very much veteran.
It's elite, bro. Like,
right.
He's the most poised rookie I've seen.
Electric he is, man.
Yeah.
His face don't change, bro. They was down.
Yeah.
They were down in that wild card game, bro. And he looking like he just...
Dude still got a smile on his face. Don't look like he's stressed or nothing. And
it's like he knew, like, I'm going to get us a field goal range. Whether I got to run, pass the ball, whatever I got to do, don't worry about it. We're going to be in field goal range. You 100%. Just make the kick.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys, and this is a question I want to pose to each and every one of you guys. So I'm gonna go to James first, and I'll say my take, then I'll go to you, James. CJ Stroud's first year versus Jaden Daniels' first year.
Not even close.
Not even close, but who's better?
I'm okay. See, this is gonna be a preference. This is a preference thing. Mm-hmm. So I respect pocket passes.
But they're dying in the league. They're dying in the league.
They are. But CJ can take off if he need to. He's not going to just choose to run. Mm-hmm. I respect. I can respect.
James, hold on. Before I interrupt you, let's have a spike. Everybody drinking on the show?
I ain't got no drink.
Well, me and Corey.
Take a shot.
Spike it up. Let's go.
But when damn, where I was at? I lost my train of thought.
I was like, we're drinking. The show's called The Spike. My bad, bro.
I got you.
You were just talking about how CJ can run. He's not gonna choose to run.
So like to me, man, I know it's a part of the game. So don't cuss me out when I say this. Just hear me out.
Nobody out. We're out of the playoffs.
We're running quarterbacks, bro. That shit like cheating to me, bro, when it comes to football, bro. I mean, like, I believe in that mano on mano, man on man, bro. Mm-hmm. And then you got this running quarterback, man, and now you got to try to account for that shit. It's just, I respect that quarterback who can sit there, them Tom Brady's of the world, the Patrick Mahomes, he going to run if he have to, to extend the play to make something work, not the ones who just going to automatically take off. Yeah. So when I compare the rookie seasons, CJ Stroud to me had the better season because he came out guns a-blazing.
Okay.
And I'm talking about he throwing from the pocket. You hear me? Yeah. Ain't no taking off running. I'm sitting there and hen. Yeah. Now the problem that happened with CJ Stroud is this your second year, cool. They got tape on you now. So they're gonna be totally different. And by you being a pocket passer, to me, that's what limited him this year.
Mm-hmm. But
it's gonna be hard to target Jaden Daniels because he's mobile and he ain't gonna do nothing but get better. Jaden Daniels one of them players, man. You gotta hope he get hurt. If he in your division or something, you gotta hope he get hurt, bro.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm talking about the same with Lamar, bro. Don't nobody want to play Lamar, man. That's crazy.
We're gonna get to Lamar. We're gonna get to Lamar. Trust me, we're gonna get to Lamar because that's a whole nother conversation. So,
I'm not wishing nobody get hurt. I'm just saying you hope somebody be like, man, something gotta happen. This nigga get sick or something, man. I don't want to play against him. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you 100%. Vontae, who you think? You think the Stroud season was better or you think the Daniels season was better? What do you take?
I think Daniels was Jaden Daniels had a better year. I understand the whole pocket presence and stuff like that. He was doing his thing, but we see a little bit of the same. We've seen instances of Jaden sitting in the pocket, taking the hit, delivering a good pass too.
True.
Mm-hmm. I feel like, we see Jaden run a little bit more, but it's just, the IQ. You run when you have to. He's not just getting the ball and automatically my first thought is to just go run and make this play about me.
Well, Lamar
I agree. I agree with that as far as Lamar goes, but we talking about CJ and Jaden.
Right.
I've seen those instances where he'll sit in the pocket, do what we seen CJ do his first year, and he'll run out. But when we see him run, it's more of a situation like, okay, I've exhausted all my options.
He's run through his checkdowns. He's acknowledged there's not a pass to make, and he makes the smart decision.
His first instinct is not to just, I'm going to try to run first, and then see if I can do this, do that. No, I'm going to do my checkdowns. If I don't have no play to make, then I'll run because I'm athletic. I'll take advantage of my athletic abilities. And then we do that. And just watching how fucking explosive and dominant, more dominant than we've seen Washington be in the past.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's had the better year. And I feel like he's going to have the better second year too, because
I agree with that.
Let all of us down.
I agree with that too.
I agree with that.
I was hyped for him. I was excited to see CJ play this year. And I do not see the same quarterback.
They got film on you, bro. That protection wasn't the same. The protection wasn't the same, so things change, man. And once they start studying on you, but I think Daniels has the better upside because of his awareness, because of his legs. I do believe they need to go get another receiver with McLaurin.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they get another receiver, man. Yeah, man, they better watch out for Washington, man.
I think Jaden just got the IQ. Just watching him,
he's got raw talent.
How he play and how he carry his stuff.
And that's the thing about Jay Daniels. I'll go to this, dude. And I think that, there's something to be said about Dan Quinn as the head coach of that team. And the Corey will tell you, before we even really got into the season, who did I say we need to watch out for, Corey? Who did I say?
Oh, you put Washington out there.
I said that off rip. Because I think that as far as the rookie class for quarterbacks, let's take a step back a little bit. We got Bo Nix, we got Jaden Daniels, we got J.J. McCarthy getting hurt in Minnesota, and really those are the top three big. Drake May at the Patriots, there's something there, but let's be real here, guys. I think that Jaden Daniels has that one quality that can't be taught by coaching. He has raw intuition when the ball's snapped. You bring pressure against him, he's like, I got a tight end out there somewhere. I'm just going to either get it to him, or I'm going to just cut and get right to the line of scrimmage and throw a positive pass play. Jaden Daniels is not concerned with deep balls, bro. He will throw them when the game is on the line. He has a certain level of restraint and longevity that can't be taught. And guys, let's be real here.
You can't teach instinct.
You can't teach instinct, bro. And I'll revert this back to my own franchise. Jordan Love last season, I thought he showed signs of that. This season, I didn't see a single fucking glimpse of him actually reading the defense. And let's be real here, guys. I'm going to be completely real here. As a Packers fan, I want to come on here. I want to talk shit. I want to throw you guys down. But at the same point in time, we just don't have the same level of offensive confidence. But I will say there's one main difference between Jaden Daniels as a rookie and Jordan Love as a rookie. And I think that this Cliff Kingsbury trusted Jaden Daniels to make the right fucking call. And I think that Jaden Daniels shows more fucking poise in the pocket than a lot of the veterans in this league. So, Corey, I'm going to go to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, go. I just think running quarterbacks, they take a little longer learning how to read defenses because they use their athleticism and they come in playing backyard football. Mm-hmm. To me, backyard
football. Story of the NFC. Backyard football. I'm with that. 100%.
I still think Jaden played backyard football this year.
He damn sure did. Damn sure did. But it wasn't like the scheme. The scheme wasn't backyard football. He just took it there when it was necessary.
He just took it there
without coaching.
So now you like, well, damn, when he gonna take off? Because they weren't just using a lot of QB runs for him.
They weren't.
When he took off and run, he was extending plays and trying to make plays. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So alluding to what Vontae was saying, I agree with that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But it really is something about that pocket passer.
Okay.
When you know they could stay there, bro, to get rid of the ball, whether you throwing it away or whatever you doing. I just think it's something about that.
Resiliency. So we're going to kick it to Axel Roy.
We didn't get Axel. Yeah, we didn't hear Axel.
So we're going to go to Axel. So Axel, obviously Spencer Rattler started with you guys. We've seen a couple of games from him. Obviously there wasn't high hopes for him. Maybe he came into the draft kind of hot. But we're going to take it back to our original conversation. Stroud versus Daniels. What's your take? How are you feeling versus Rattler? What's up?
Brock Bowers for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Hey, Georgia boys! Georgia boys!
Hey, I'm not even talking about. Let's look at this. You gotta look at what's around them, right? You gotta look at what's around them, right? Who is his quarterback?
Fucking Minshew? Gardner Minshew?
Does he have a good quarterback?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Now,
That's a good point.
Now look at this. Brock Bowers ended the 2024 season, right? 108 receptions, 1,144 yards in 16 games. It's not 17 games, in 16 games.
I'm not going to lie. That motherfucker had more yards than every receiver in the Green Bay Packers.
There's more. Most receiving yards by a rookie tight end. Last person to did it was Mike Ditka in 1961.
Damn!
Most receptions by a... Yes. Most receptions by a rookie. He beat Puka Nakua's 23 record of 105 yards with 112 or 105 catches, and he had 112 this season.
Different position.
Most receptions in a season by a Raider, and third rookie tight end ever with 1,000 receiving yards.
That's a good argument, Axel.
Axel is fucked up the whole night. Holy shit.
These big awards. Everyone wants to give it to a quarterback.
Right, because they had a ball
quarterbacks. But you got to think of he's doing that with quarterback's the most important position. Is the most important position. He has a terrible quarterback, and he put up those numbers. Okay, so you tell me what. So if I put Brock Bowers on the Bengals, what do you think them numbers might have been?
That's a valid point.
Excellent.
That is a valid point.
That's a valid ass point, bro. And you know what's crazy? Because you know what, dude? On the show, we all like to ride the coattails of success in previous people. Axel, you might have just hit this show with the most logical argument for Rookie of the Year that we've had on here. Because Gardner Minshew is a dog.
Yeah, you're right. Rookie of the Year. I ain't even think about just the title. So when you think, I'm thinking like MVP and stuff. So I focus on like the quarterback. I'm with you. I'm with you on that totally.
Axel, and honestly,
that's a valid argument for sure.
So Axel, let me ask you this question now. So potentially, and I'm going to beeline to a thing from later in the show, but I'm going to just throw it out here now because we're all on the same page. If Aaron Glenn is the head coach of the New Orleans Saints next year, if Aaron Glenn is the head coach of the New Orleans Saints next year, do you think that he could probably bring a rookie up and beat that or no?
I think he could what?
Do you think that Aaron Glenn is the head coach of the New Orleans Saints and draft a rookie that can shit on Brock Bowers or a repetition of the Las Vegas Raiders?
Like us getting a
rookie with a good head coach? Yes. Do you think that that's possible?
I don't think that's what we need to go after, but...
So if that's not what you need to go after, what do the Saints need to do in the offseason to be standard? I mean, honestly, if Aaron Glenn is your head coach, you know your defense is going to have a way better scheme. You know you guys are going to come to the show with a lot more things untold. What do you guys need?
That defense getting a little old, though.
I wish I could give you one answer. I mean, there's too much, bro. Like,
give me all of them.
Hell. We got a quarterback that won't take a pay cut. Aging roster with a bunch of stupid contracts.
Mm-hmm. I think cap space wise, you guys might be 32nd in the NFL.
Defense is not that great. Like quarterback's nothing to really be proud of. Like there's so much. Like that's why like who we get is who we get in this head coaching thing because I understand like right now, honestly, we have the most unattractive job on the market.
You think you guys' job is more unattractive than the New York Giants? Seriously? Even with
the
roster
with bad contracts, the worst cap space by a long shot. I think it's like we're 60 mil more than the next.
Yeah, you guys are 32nd in the NFL in cap space, hands down, the worst cap space.
It's like, and no quarterback. I mean, the biggest thing is,
oh my goodness,
Carr takes a huge hit. He won't take anything. So like, there's talks of us like we save 30 mil if we cut him before the season year starts next year.
I forgot. I had Derek Carr.
So
like, I'd honestly rather just draft around Spencer Rattler to be like, screw it. I'd rather lose with Spencer Rattler than paying this dude all this money
and still lose. Yeah.
Like I'll take the thing and be able to at least go. I got a young quarterback who's trying to learn. Everyone else was kind of doing their thing, but like we're missing pieces. We're rebuilding.
Yeah.
But me
I've
saying
never
like
thought
all this
Carr was
money
worth
and
all
these
the money.
players.
Yeah, I was just saying I never thought Derek Carr was
like
worth
you're
it.
still winning. You're not winning. But at the end of the day, hey, I'll admit we made a big mistake with Carr, but it wasn't as big a mistake as them Falcons.
Hey! Falcons! Yo, and before, Corey, we're going to come here in a minute, but I kind of want to touch on Athens' point for a second. Kirk Cousins versus Michael Penix, bro? Bruh. The Atlanta Falcons are, and this is why only a couple weeks ago I said my most hated team in the NFL is the Atlanta fucking Falcons. Because they consistently make the wrong fucking coaching decisions. Kirk Cousins, the Kirk Cousins experiment, even though he's swag surfing, you know what I'm saying? Shit was cool.
Didn't even last a whole season.
Didn't even last the whole season. And you know, and actually, one thing he's got to say is like, I think the next season, regardless of you guys' team's cap situation, I think with the right head coach, he can whip you guys into a reputable season for maybe the next year or two. And then when you guys have lost a lot of these old players, you can come back and you guys can be a definite contender as far as the NFC is concerned. And I think that honestly,
you could have a really good draft.
Your argument for Brock Bowers from the Las Vegas Raiders, most of the argument I think I've heard on the show so far. No, so
that was a hell of a point. I wasn't even expecting.
Nobody expected that. So Corey, I'm gonna go to you.
Jameson, what you get?
I'm gonna go to Corey.
Jaden Daniels, I think is better. He has a lesser roster around him and makes more things happen.
Oh, what's up, little
honestly,
man?
Aside of McLaurin,
you want to say hi to everybody?
Say hi to him, bro. Hey,
what's up,
bro?
I got something to show y'all. Got something to show y'all. Whose house?
Start him early.
Start him early, bro. I don't have any kids, but I respect the fuck out of that. I respect the fuck out of that, James. That's just awesome. So, Mr. Corey Thompson, let's go back to the original argument here. We're talking Stroud. We're talking Stroud versus Daniels. What's your argument, bro? What's your take, bro? Give it to us, Papa.
Stroud's not a bad quarterback, you know. Like James said earlier, they got that film on you. When they get that film on you, they get the study.
Long day.
It's a long day.
Same thing with Daniels. Like I said, he doing his thing. He's a rookie, still a rookie. You know, in playoffs. But like I said, it's gonna come a time where they're gonna get film on him. But he's so focused. Like you said, his facial expressions don't change, so you can tell his IQ is. You know, you got certain players that born to play quarterback. Some they try to make quarterback, but you can tell he's studying the game to get better.
That's why I don't think he's gonna have that same problem next year because I feel like he's too smart.
He's too smart.
Get the tape on me too.
Yeah,
but the IQ is here.
Because I really don't think they talking about the rookie of the year. I don't think he care about that. I really doubt he win. He probably okay, appreciate it. On to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think he that type of guy.
You can tell he a real team guy, bro.
Bro, he's arguably the coolest leader.
He bring everybody in, man. He a team guy, bro.
He a leader.
But one thing I'll say about him, he's the coolest rookie I've ever seen, bro. And I know we thought Stroud was it last year, you know, and I think that honestly, Jaden Daniels has a certain level of poise that can't be taught. And we're talking about this lead about badass quarterbacks. Jordan Love last season, not this season. Jordan Love last season, the way he brought the Packers back, that was huge. Everybody was on his coattails. He got his huge $55 million contract, highest paid quarterback in the league. But you know what he didn't show? Poise. He was absolutely second step to a defense that couldn't give him the advantage, and he was not able to lead his team to victory. Now, and this is one thing I want to say here. It's like Matt Stafford last time. Matt Stafford picked up the whole Rams offense. They're like, what we need to do, boss. And I think that's one thing that comes with being a leader. If you're a starting quarterback on an NFL team, there is no room for you to have second guessing. There is no room for you to just try to throw it in the triple coverage every time. And I think that the people who are making it the farthest in this playoff season are the quarterbacks who just want to get the fucking first down, guys. Let's be real here. Last night, Sam Darnold.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question right quick, Emma. All right, like I said, Jordan Love so poor in rookie season. So do you think y'all giving him that big contract took a little bit off him like
as far as pressure is concerned.
I kind of got paid now. I kind of chill a little bit.
I'll say this. I think that Jordan Love this year didn't give a shit about being Jordan Love. And I'm just saying that off of because like, dude, last year, like you guys saw how our season started, 3-8 or whatever the fuck, 2-8, whatever the fuck it was, 2-7. Jordan Love had something to prove. He wanted to secure this bag, and I think that overall, all pushing aside, like you guys see me, Green Bay Packers fan, with a flag hanging in my house. I got a bunch of merch over there and a whole closet full over there. You know one thing I don't have? Any Matt LaFleur fucking confidence. And here's my thing. I think that who is calling your plays for your rookies or second stage people? I think Matt LaFleur is the most predictable offensive play caller in the NFC. Definitely in the NFC North. Because every play we ran against the Eagles, I was like, oh, there's a run. And you're going to run up the middle on 3rd and 3 with a second string running back? Bro, obviously you think that your job is so secure that you're just going to beeline it. And I think that there's something to be said about head coaches who take young players, whether it's Jaden Daniels, whether it's Jordan Love, whether it's fucking Rattler, whether it's fucking, Trey Lance, even though, Vontae's not there. Your coach has to be able to teach you something that you don't see. I think that Jaden Daniels as a quarterback is seeing shit that Cliff Kingsbury doesn't see. And he's making Cliff Kingsbury look better. So, Corey, to respond to your question, I'll be right here. I think that Jordan Love has a sophomore slump of a motherfucker. And he didn't respond the way that fucking CJ Stroud did, which is my number one gripe with this team right now. Because our defense this year definitely outperformed every defense of the last 3 or 4 years of the Green Bay Packers. We held the Eagles.
What was your record last year?
We were 9-8 and then went in and beat the Cowboys and then lost to the 49ers in the divisional game. But one thing,
and then your record this year was what?
It was 11-6 going in, and we lost first round and got out.
So really, he did the same thing. He did the same thing he did last year.
Not really though. Because
last year you started out 2-7, 2-8. He brought y'all back or whatnot. So that's like a 7 or 8 game win streak, right? But, so this year he won what, one or 2 more games than he did last year. So he pretty much did the same thing.
But that's the thing though. It's like our regular season ending game. Jordan Love only played the first quarter. And I'm like, dude, Malik Willis came in and he wasn't ready, bro. Matt LaFleur was not able to scheme things properly for everybody to be united. And me and Corey and me and Lavon, also shout out to Lavon Lane, he's not here tonight. Fuck the Bears, but shout out to Lavon Lane, we love you, brother. But one of the things that he talked about was having a fiery head coach. And, today, I took the time at work today and I went back and I watched every press conference from Matt LaFleur for every game this season. And you know what I realized? Guys, and you guys don't even know. He said the same shit every time we lost. They outplayed us. They schemed better. They deserve the credit. Fuck that, dude. Does Dan Campbell ever say that, Corey?
Nah. One thing about Dan Campbell, if whatever happens, if they say we get a loss, he hold himself accountable. He gonna say, look here, I didn't have them guys prepared. That falls on me.
It's real as fuck. So, Corey, I hear you. Yo, so James, have you ever heard Sean McVay say that? I think James is lagging out just a little bit. Yo, Vontae Crowder, have you ever heard fucking Mike McCarthy say they outplayed us?
I've heard him say it once or twice, but not every game. And definitely,
God damn it.
Corey said, he's definitely, I'll give him credit that way. He takes responsibility when he coaches a poor game. I've definitely heard him do that. Not always saying, they outplayed us, they deserve the credit. I feel you. I would hate to hear that shit too.
Bro, every fucking week, bro. Every fucking week is, they outplayed us, they deserve the credit, we gotta tighten it up, blah, 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 blah. What the fuck happened? Nothing.
I mean,
Nothing.
We know they outplayed y'all.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is I think that there's a certain thing to be said if you're going to be a head coach of an NFC football team, I think that you literally have to have the balls of an NFC football head coach. Because I'm going to just go out here and say this, Mr. Corey Thompson, I hate the fuck out of the Lions. Dan Campbell, those team people would run through a wall for Dan Campbell. I think that Sean McVay, going back to James, even though he'll be back in a second, but going back to James, last night proved that Sean McVay inspires his players to be better than the standard. That's what comes when you're playing football, guys. And Axel, I know you're not in it. I know, Vontae, you're not in it. But we're going to go here. And, before James come back, let's just be to a whole other category. Let's talk about head coaches. Vontae Crowder.
Yes.
How do you feel about Mike McCarthy being not the head coach of Dallas Cowboys? That's that question.
I mean, you've heard what I said about him the last couple of times I've been on here. I'm excited about it. Shit, I don't give a fuck who we get. I'm just glad he's not our coach no more. Mm-hmm. I just always thought he was overrated.
Yeah, I got you, James.
I respect the Super Bowl that he won, but I also acknowledge the fucking beast of the team y'all had. I mean, he's the Super Bowl winning coach. Cool, I get it, but you've coached in the league for a while now. That's really your only thing that you have to make you look like you're a legitimate coach that can get somebody there. But coaching matters. We've talked about that before. We understand how important it is. But y'all had a really good team, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all had a really good team that year, and that also plays a part. Even with fucking half-ass coaching, the team that y'all had, as much control as Aaron has over the game, and
he has way too much control.
Things of that nature, y'all could have still won that, even if Mike McCarthy was half-assing it. Like, y'all just had a really good team. I don't ever want to discount the fact that y'all team was
elite.
Fucking monsters on both sides of the ball.
It was elite, bro. It was elite. Bro.
I can't put all that on McCarthy like, oh, y'all won that Super Bowl because he's just a fucking outstanding coach. Like, no.
Because he's not. He's really not. I'm sorry, he's not.
And just all the power that he wants and calling plays and being in charge of everything. Once we gave him that power, we all saw how that turned out for us.
Yeah, we did. Damn sure did.
We all saw how that turned out for us. Like, I'm glad he's gone. And at this point, I'm a Cowboy fan. Y'all know how used I am to disappointment.
Yeah, of course we do.
I'm not gonna even pop no shit until I see them get to the playoffs and at least win one game. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, at this point, I don't even care who the fucking coach is because, like y'all talked about in the group chat, Jerry Jones is still alive. Not much is going to change anyway, no matter who we get. But, no, I was not impressed with Mike McCarthy, and I'm glad he's gone.
Okay, so I'm going to go take a piss, but actually, I'm going to pose this question to you. It seems like Mike McCarthy is arguably in the contention with Aaron Glenn to coach the New Orleans Saints next year. What are your thoughts, brother? What do you think? Speaking objectively. What do you What do you want? What do you think is coming? What is your points? Give it to me.
I don't want Mike McCarthy. Plain and simple. I don't want him.
Yeah, what is he going
to be? Yeah, like I don't see anything positive. I've seen so many like fantasy things that they're like, oh, Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers to reunite in New Orleans. Like, I don't want that. It's going to be expensive, and they're both old. I don't
old ass quarterback
deal with
mediocre coach. No.
And I'm going to say it pretty loud because I ain't going to hear nothing back from it because he's out right now. But Imorie, if you watch this on the replays, just know Aaron Rodgers is not as good as everyone makes him out to be. Honestly, he's good, but everyone hypes him up too much, way too much. Look what Aaron Rodgers is great. This, that. Look at the Jets this season. Tell me that again.
Overrated.
I got carried by his defense.
Overrated. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I roll with you on that, no doubt.
That's just my opinion. But yeah, that's what we were talking about. But yeah, I just don't think, Imorie, that Mike McCarthy is going to be a good fit.
I don't think he is either.
I'll take Aaron Glenn just for the history.
Mike McCarthy's still in that old way of winning, man, like Mike Tomlin and all them guys, man. Yeah. It's time for him to move on too, man.
And it's funny that you bring up Mike Tomlin, because let me ask you guys. I've heard through a bunch of sports podcasts that I watch Packers fans, Vikings fans, Bills fans, Chiefs fans, everybody. I've heard Mike Tomlin is the coach that every franchise wants. And let me ask you guys this. As far as where we're moving in, as far as this particular playoff picture, who is the best head coach candidate for any team right now? I'm going to go line. I'm going to go in order. I think that personally, I saw that the Bears wanted to interview Adam Stenavich from the Green Bay Packers. Adam Stenavich is probably the most basic bullshit offensive coordinator in the league right now. And I'm going to say this right now. So we got hit with a blow as the Packers fans. Our quarterback coach, Tom Clements, the quarterback coach for Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love is retiring. I don't know what the fuck to expect. I'm going to be real here. And I think that as far as the head coach decision for the Saints, Aaron Glenn is the only person you guys want to pay. Because he arguably is the best defensive coordinator, arguably in the NFL. But I think that he's the only fucking head coach candidate who understands that the Saints are worth suffering for a year for. Now, I'm going to beeline to James. You guys got Sean McVay. He's not going anywhere. But there's a potential.
Yes,
No, he's not. You think John McVay is leaving?
If Sean McVay win the Super Bowl this year, him and Staff are gone.
Are you fucking serious?
He's going to retire, go out into the sunset?
Serious?
Rebuild.
McVay was thinking about retiring. He was thinking of considering not coming back this season.
What? What? How old is he? 48?
Hell no, he's like 37.
And you wanted to quit coaching?
Real talk, bro. When Aaron Donald retired, he was finna hang him up too. That's why I think Stafford ended up coming back. I'm telling you, bro. You heard it here first, man. If the Lord bless the Rams to win the Super Bowl this year, McVay and Stafford will be gone.
That's the first I've ever heard that. That's crazy to think about.
Well, they said, I saw a funny a post that somebody said. They said the Rams will win the Super Bowl. And when I checked the comments out, and one guy said, yeah, because the money going to go to California dealing with the wildfire that's going on. I said, wow.
Huge motivational thing.
I don't ever be the one to say stuff rigged up because, like I always say, you play the game, make sure you blow them teams out so the referees won't try to fix the game.
Exactly. Damn right. You don't give them no choice.
Win immediately.
You don't give them that choice. But with the teams that's left, all teams got a chance to win a Super Bowl. Every last team got a chance to win a Super Bowl.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's really fun.
I find that kind of fun.
All right, guys. Let's move on to our final fucking big ass thing. What are you gonna say, Vontae? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's funny that Corey brought that up because when I thought y'all was gonna be on this past Sunday, I told my dad I was gonna send him the link, let him hop on. He's a big Cowboy fan, hella smart with the football shit, just like the rest of us.
I'd love to have him on. Love to.
And that's what I was saying. I was like, they'll let it have you and hear your point of view and things like that. What he wanted to talk about was he was like, this shit is scripted.
And you know what?
He has some valid points, but Corey just made me think about that because you never know if it's scripted or not. What if LA wins? Not saying that they need the script to win, but what if?
Can I ask you a last question? If I bring my dad on this show, will you bring your dad on this show?
I already want to.
I would love to have a dad-son thing because my dad's a Bucs fan, and there's so much to be said about the fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. I'm just gonna be real with you. Yeah. Devontae, we'll talk about that offline. But that would be an awesome show. And honestly, I'll bring my grandpa in here too because my grandpa's a Falcons fan, my dad's a Bucs fan, I'm a Packers fan. Well, my little brother is a Saints fan. So
I think y'all will fuck with my pops. He's very much just like me, just older.
I just want some people on the show who are going to do this. So, all right, guys, so we're going to move forward to our final thing. I'm going to be real here, guys. We've seen how the wild cards stacked up. We got the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, the Houston Texans, Kansas City Chiefs in from the AFC, And we got the Detroit Lions, the Philadelphia Eagles, the LA Rams, and the Washington Commanders in this thing. And I'm gonna throw it to James, then Vontae, then Axel, then Corey. And then let's talk about who is your dream Super Bowl matchup? Who do you guys think is gonna make that? And I'm gonna start it off. So I'll say one thing. I think the Buffalo Bills are a better team than the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they're a better team than the Houston Texans. I think they're a better team than the Baltimore Ravens for one reason. Josh Allen will pick up his team on his back more than any other quarterback in the AFC. And regarding the NFC, from my perspective, I think that the Rams and the Lions have the most heat to go. So I'm going to say this. I'm calling it right now, and this will be on public record. It's on the show. I think the Super Bowl is going to be the Detroit Lions versus the Buffalo Bills. Now, and this is just my personal preference. So we'll move on to you, Mr. Robinson. What do you think it's going to be?
Well, from the ALC, man, I truly believe if the Ravens run that damn ball like they supposed to, man.
As they're supposed to. Doesn't mean they will.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they run the ball like they're supposed to, man, I don't see no reason why Lamar. Well, I see a couple reasons why, but I don't. Lamar should be in there. But honestly, bro, I mean, I think them 3 weeks off might do something to Kansas City a little bit. I think they get a pass against Houston. I think they get a pass against Houston, and that's where they looked up at. But because if they had the Bills this week, I think the Bills would have beat them.
I think so too. I agree completely. Look, they got the number one team, but I agree completely.
But my AFC pick, man, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna go and roll with Lamar, man, because he don't do it this year. He probably ain't gonna do it, bro. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll with Lamar, and from the NFC. Boy, as bad as I'm just trying to stay a football fan, man, and not be biased, my nigga, but I just believe in my team so much, man.
Do that.
So I'm gonna say a shocker, man, that ain't nobody expect, man. So I'm gonna say the Ravens and the Rams.
Hey, good shit. Mr. Vontae Crowder, what you thinking, buddy?
Let me finish chewing this food real quick.
What you eating, bro? First off, what you eating for this show? Because I'm curious. You munch like a motherfucker.
Oh, I just made a little quick grilled cheese, man.
Oh, grilled cheese slaps. Grilled cheese be slapping.
I'm about to,
they do be slapping.
Go to the gym in a couple hours. I don't want to have nothing too heavy, you know.
Can't go.
I think my last pick when you asked this question, I think I said Baltimore and Minnesota. Clearly, I was wrong.
Yeah, we were all wrong.
Minnesota.
We all picked Minnesota.
The shit out of
they
my
fucking destroyed our
prediction. But so with what's left, I'm thinking like James, like I'm trying not to be biased because the Rams are my second favorite team, but like watching how they played, the Eagles weren't really impressive,
right?
In their win,
absolutely.
And I just feel like this momentum with how much we've talked about how McVay's a hell of a coach and he gets everybody to buy in. I just feel like they gonna run off that momentum. Matt Stafford's a fucking dog.
He's an absolute
Can't
dog.
nobody deny him.
Absolute
He's a winner
fucking
for sure.
Dog, bro. Break his arm and still got pass.
Cooper Kupp ain't showed up yet, bro.
Yeah, exactly. They haven't even utilized him. They got weapons that are just like on the back burner right now. Mm-hmm. And at the perfect time,
yep,
they're going to be used, and it's going to be hard to stop them. So since Minnesota fucking laid an egg and fucked me up, I'm going to go with the Rams now. The Eagles aren't impressing me, even though I said before they know how to win. In this playoff ball, I don't believe in Nick Sirianni. I don't. Yeah, I don't. They don't impress me right now. And I know the Lions are fucking elite. The team to beat. They're elite. They're team to beat. They're elite. I know. I've told Corey before he got an elite team coaching all the way through.
Elite. All the way through.
Mm-hmm. But if the Rams can play like they played this last game and go off that momentum, bro, I think that'll be a real good game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout either way, but I think it'll be a real good game. And I think the Rams will come out on top. So for my NFC, I think, like James said, shocker, I think the Rams going to get to the bowl. And I'm going to stick with Baltimore because, again, agreeing with James, if they run the ball like they supposed to with big-ass Derrick Henry, I think that'll just be that'll be an easy route to the Super Bowl, honestly.
The team can't score if they're on the sideline, bro.
Exactly. You keep trying to throw the ball, not use Derrick Henry. Now it's 3 and out. Defense gonna get tired. That's a recipe for disaster. So if they use that running back, that fucking future Hall of Famer of a running back they got, use him. I think that'll get them right to the ball. So Rams, Baltimore. Am I picking a winner?
No.
Or am I just picking who I want to see?
Okay. Mr. Axelroy.
Who's left?
Mr. Axelroy, what's your take? How you feeling, brother?
Oh, NFC Championship. I'm predicting the Lions and the Rams.
Ooh.
A really nitty-gritty game. I think it's going to come down to whose defense makes the most errors.
Good point. I think Axel going to point with his takes, bro. That's all I'm saying. We don't point, bro.
I think just with the youth of the Rams defense, there's a chance that it could end up going the Lions' way in that one. So it's hard to say, though, because I want to see what the Lions truly look like in the playoffs with the injuries that y'all got.
Right.
Exactly.
That's what I want to see, how y'all bounce back with that.
Especially against Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's kind of a toss-up right now, but I think Lions and Rams make at least the NFC Championship. In the AFC, probably Bills and Ravens.
Actually, he said Super Bowl pick, though.
Yeah.
He said, who you think going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that's what it is. Your pick from the NFC is the Lions, but who's your pick
going
from the
in
AFC?
right now? Let's say Lions, Bills, man.
Lions, Bills.
I think that's Super Bowl that all of America.
I think that's
really
also
wants,
it's a Super Bowl that America needs. You got a team that literally went 0-16 at one point, and then you got a team that went 4 times and lost all of them. Like it's someone's finally gonna win. Good for them.
Yeah.
Hey Axel, I'm gonna say this though to Vontae point, man. I ain't big on conspiracy theories and rigging games. I think it exists. I don't focus on it though. But we gotta take that Cali wildfire into effect though.
I think he's exactly right. I think that's some real ass shit, bro.
All it reminds me of is Katrina, bro.
Facts. What happened? What happened?
When Katrina hit, bro, y'all went to the Super Bowl, kicked ass.
Whooped ass, bro.
Incorrect. 3 years later.
So that
it was 3 years later. But Katrina definitely gave you the catalyst to win and got into Super Bowl.
After Katrina, I will say
rebuild though. They did have to rebuild.
The first game after Katrina was the birth of Sean Payton and Drew Brees, and it was also when we beat the snot out of the Falcons at home.
Fuck the Falcons, bro.
Yep.
So
actually,
I will say that
your overall picks is the Lions and the Bills. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Lions and the Bills. Mr. Papa Corey Thompson. I was
LA they playing for each other, man. They really playing for the city.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw the hardest Rams team I've seen all season after these wildfires. And I'll co-sign with Axel and James. But Mr. Corey Thompson, what's the Super Bowl gonna be?
Well,
I fucking love Papa, bro. I love him, man. That's my fucking dude, bro. He's honest, though. He's the same asshole every week, bro. This is episode 18. We've had 18 podcasts. So cheers to all you guys for helping us get this far. The first NFL season of this show. I appreciate every one of you, but hey, bro. Appreciate all you guys.
Everybody. Appreciate you.
All right, Papa.
Corby, what's your pick?
What's up?
Oh man. First, let me congratulate my team for being back-to-back.
NFC North champs. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yep.
Congrats.
And but like I always say, it's one game at a time. So, but I'm gonna break it down, and I get my Super Bowl pick. But I'm gonna say the AFC. I really think coming out. Oh man, it's just so hard for me to go get Kansas City, but I really think
it is.
Fuck them, they're not on fire right now.
Yeah, I really think Baltimore really got it. Like Vontae said, run that damn ball with Henry. That damn ball. Whatever you want to call them, let him run the ball, establish that offense, and everything will take care of itself. But I would say if I just had to choose, I really think some way. I won't say the Ravens. I really do. I won't say Ravens going to the Super Bowl.
You want to, but you're not gonna.
I think Kansas City might some way sneak they might sneak. I don't want. Trust me, I don't want.
I ain't mad at that pick, Papa. I ain't mad at it, bro. You can't count them out, bro. Like you.
Exactly. I don't know because both with Harbaugh and Reed, they both coaches. They've been there, so they know what's what.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But there's something about that damn Andy Reid, man. So I'm gonna say if I just really had to pick and bet some money on it, I really think Kansas City might sneak up in there. Mm-hmm. But I hope Baltimore get there. Now for the NFC. You already know where I'm going.
We already do. That's what I expected. I think it's what all of America expects at this point, though.
You know who I want in there, of course. And it's not going to be easy. Like I said, one game at a time. But it is one fact that they said about Commanders, got them Saturday, that they allowed an average of 137 yards rushing for the regular season. I know it's a new season. But on the average, so we get Montgomery back, that's going to help us out. So if that game does, it's going to be a dog fight, but it's going to come down to coaching. But I expect to see the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl.
So your absolute pick is the Detroit Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
Okay. All right, so guys, you've heard the Spike podcast. Also, literally, I can't say enough thanks to all of you guys for being recurring viewers of the show. Like James Robinson, you've been the most fiery guest we've had on the show. Monte Crowder, you've been the most entertaining guest we've had on the show. Axel Roy, you've arguably had the most analytical takes on the show. Thank you guys to all three of you. Yeah. And Papa, you're obviously a favorite, dude. You've always been the same asshole. You popped a balloon in my head on it. But I got one more question for all you guys for the show. And this has nothing to do with the Super Bowl. It has nothing to do with who's in the playoffs. This is a question that you guys didn't plan for. And I'm going to go last. I'm going to go to you, Mr. James Robinson. Which team is going to make the best pickups in the offseason to give them the advantage next year?
Which team going to make the best pickup in the offseason?
Yes, which team is poised? Which team knows their needs the most? And I'm going to you, James, because you guys are hot right now. I think that obviously the LA Rams versus the Vikings last night was something nobody saw coming. But, Matt Stafford's getting old. And like you said, there's a potential that, McVay can retire and Stafford can retire from the Super Bowl. What's your outlook moving forward, brother?
Whew. Man.
You don't know what the fuck to say. I got your ass.
I know. I mean, honestly, bro, win, lose, or draw this year, I hope McVay don't leave.
I don't think McVay's done. He's too young, bro. He's too young.
I feel that too. But when you already won the Super Bowl, you accomplish what you need to accomplish. You got money. I mean, what else you doing it for? You know what I'm saying? He just had that new baby boy, so that's a lot, to consider. Same thing with Aaron Donald.
I mean, what is McVay's outlook? Is he going to be the next commentator on Fox, like they replaced Tom Brady? That's not going to make him the same amount of money, though.
I mean, if it's the enjoyment and love of talking about football though, and then you at home damn near every night when you an announcer, man. He can go home.
That's very
you
fair.
know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's totally different. He ain't game planning no more. Mm-hmm. But if he stay, I hope he keep our staff in order, man, with Chris Schuler, because I think the way he grew that young defense, man, I can imagine how good they're gonna be next year. Yeah. We bring back the same unit, bro. I mean, I can imagine how dominating they gonna be, bro. Along with whatever new assets we may get, along with trading people off. I think this year, next year they probably will try to trade Cooper Kupp off.
You think they're gonna get rid of Kupp? Really?
Yeah, they'll get rid. Yeah, because Kupp getting older, but at the same time, you want to get some for him though.
How old is Cooper Kupp though? 32, 33? Am I right?
Kupp about 33 now, I think. Okay, so gotcha. you wanna get some for Kupp. You know what I'm saying? And especially if we go to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl, bro, they gonna trade Kupp out because you got to get some assets for him while you can.
Right.
So I think from that standpoint, man, that's the type of direction the Rams gonna go. Not necessarily trying to pick super good in the draft or anything like that. I think we're gonna go through trades and then just build up players and build that continuity that way going into the new season. But I only think that works if they keep the same coaching and stat, and at least our head coach and our defensive coordinator. Hopefully, if they keep them two together, I ain't worried about nothing else.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Vontae Crowder, obviously we're talking about your mic, but obviously we're talking about the whole outlook of this thing. And we haven't talked about it on the show, but the Dallas Cowboys just fired Mark McCarthy. What is the outlook for the Dallas Cowboys? Which coach do you want to lead your team? And what is your number one pickups in the offseason? What do you think?
Man.
So what are you cooking first off? What is you cooking,
I ain't cooking, man. Trying to be responsible and wash some dishes.
Look at this nigga. The opposite of the Cowboys.
But is questions like these are so hard for me to answer when Jerry Jones is the shot caller.
Oh my God!
Me and my dad was just talking about it this past Sunday, and it's like when we talked about how we didn't get Derrick Henry, or how
that was the biggest fail of you guys.
Any of us let Saquon leave New York and go to Philly. All these different pickups we could have did over the years. The Cowboys, I mean, I don't know how much attention y'all pay attention to them during like trades and stuff like that. We don't make any big moves.
Y'all don't make no move.
We don't make no big moves. We literally just try to do the best we can with who we already have and our draft picks.
Yep.
I don't anticipate them in the offseason trying to make no big moves for no real superstars that could be game changers, because in my lifetime, I ain't even just saying past few years, in my lifetime that I've been old enough to watch football and know what's going on and know who's who, I haven't seen them make no super big off-season pickups, no big pickups before the trade deadline, none of that. So I have you asked what team is going to have the best, like who's going to pick up the best and make the best changes. It definitely won't be us. It definitely won't be us. And as far as the coaching, man,
y'all need a coach who don't give a fuck, man.
Somebody to tell. That's fair. That's my point. Before you say it, who is the coach that rivals Jerry Jones? Who is the coach that tells Jerry Jones, fuck you, we don't know what you're talking about? That's what you need. That's exactly what you need.
I was just about to say.
You can't have a bullshit ass Ben Johnson. You can't have a bullshit. Deion is the only coach who would tell Jerry Jones to go eat his dick and then his kids in shit.
Deion is, and I don't see it happening. I don't see him being. I don't see him being a coach in the NFL next year. Period. Let alone being a coach for the Cowboys. But with any other people that's like floating around the league now that's looking for coaching opportunities, I don't foresee any of them being that person to go to Jerry Jones and be like, fuck what you talking about. This how I'm gonna run the team. And if any of them are like that, I don't foresee them being there long.
That's why I said you got to be willing to be fired.
Go to Dallas and think you finna tell Jerry Jones to fuck off and let me run the show.
Unless you win a Super Bowl. That's the only way you're going to shut up Jerry Jones.
Unless you win a Super Bowl, but Jerry already has his history that he's living off of. He clearly don't give a fuck about winning a Super Bowl.
He doesn't.
So even if they did, even if a coach did come in and win the Super Bowl, the fact that they didn't win it Jerry Jones' way would still get a motherfucker fired. Yeah. So I like I said, this is a hard question for me because I don't. With him still having so much fucking power, bro. I know we're not making moves in the offseason. We're not picking up nobody that's going to be a real game changer unless we get a really crazy good rookie coming in. But I don't see no coaches that's going to be willing to, not even say willing, but able to change that culture that Jerry got in there right now. Mm-hmm. And the only person I see that can probably get away with it and possibly not get fired, especially if he brought a Super Bowl, is Deion because it's Deion.
Yeah.
Because of the history that he has with Jerry already. He's a winner. He's all over the fucking media right now. Like, he'll probably be the only one.
What's up? That's a question. I got what you're saying, but Deion. But do you think Jerry got an ego too now? Do you think his ego and Deion's ego that was clash?
The question is,
you're supposed to. You got to be that kind of coach.
Hold on one second, James. Hold on one second, James. Hold on one second. I'll tell you right now. If there's any fucking head coach who's going to come to Dallas and rival Jerry Jones, I think that all of the state of Texas would listen to Deion Sanders over Jerry Jones. Am I wrong, guys? Am I wrong?
Not on his team.
No, I think you right with that statement because
I'm just saying
everybody in Texas fucking hates Jerry Jones.
Yes, they all hate Jerry Jones. I live in Dallas for 5 years. For 5 years now, but you know one thing to say, and Monte, I love that you phrased it the way you said, but it's like, dude, Deion Sanders bringing Shador and whoever the fuck comes with him into Dallas, let them win one playoff game. They've already shit on Jerry Jones' legacy. Am I wrong, guys? Am I wrong? Like, I'm not trying to be biased, but I think that
at least since I've been alive, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. But so here's my thing: is I think that Deion Sanders, you know, there's a huge staple to say he's going to go back to Colorado because he doesn't like the egos and everything. But I think the NIL deals in college football are ruining that sport way more than the NFL for one reason. Carson Beck from the UGA, Georgia Bulldogs. Axel, you know. Look at his face. Look at his face. Bro, NIL money is ruining college football. It absolutely is.
$10 million.
And then Carson Beck getting paid more money than like 5 quarterbacks that start in the NFL.
Thank you, bro.
And that's why.
Go ahead, Papa.
That's why I said. Well, I said this years ago. I'm like Penny Hardaway. He said that. He said he don't mind the players getting money, but he said I have to keep recruiting the same players I got the first time.
Yeah. Yes.
Now,
so they go into the transfer portal.
It's gonna make a problem. Now, you think Deion can talk the way he talking now? I'm talking about the way he talking to these college players. Do you think he can go to the pros and talk to grown men? I'm talking about grown men that's making money. And talk to them like that.
I got this one. Hold on. Pull him right. Finish your statement, Corey, and I won't force him out. Because I want to hear what you got to say. Because I think I got a point. Oh, wait a minute. Is that? No way.
I just want to get on and just say Packers suck. That's all.
Fuck you.
Axel, I love you. Corey, I love you.
Show your camera. Show your camera. Don't pop on. Show your camera, bitch. Show your camera. Show the camera.
But Emory, Packers suck.
Fuck you.
That's all I want.
Fuck you. Fuck you. God damn it.
But to answer your question, Emery, it's time.
I told you.
I mean, if I'm a grown-ass man in a locker room and primetime is my new coach, I know how he talk. Mm-hmm. We know how he coach.
Right.
It ain't even just about the coaching. How he talk and how he is. That's how he is.
Fuck Lavon for that. Right. That shit gotta be heated.
Who don't want to play for prime time?
Let me ask this question.
So I think.
So Vontae, I'm gonna ask this question. It's hardcore. Jerry Jones has led the Dallas Cowboys to 0 Super Bowl wins in 40 years. Do you really think that kids aren't going to give Prime more stake in their mentality than Jerry Jones? Jerry Jones is best thing.
100%.
100%.
You think the players on our team fucking respect Jerry?
They don't. There's no way.
They all think that. They all feel the same way as the fans.
Yes.
This nigga needs to go. This nigga needs to go.
I got what you're saying.
No. I think if Deion
if it came down to a pissing contest between Deion Sanders and Jerry Jones, Deion is shitting on Jerry 10 times out of 10. I'm just saying.
I just feel like with the respect that everybody has for primetime and the lack of respect everybody has for Jerry, yes, we would all
100%. And I
think fucking primetime's word would become law.
But also that's hold on, let me say my thing and I'll kick it to you. I think that Prime fucking up Jerry Jones' hierarchy and control of the organization is the best thing for the Dallas Cowboys. Do you guys agree? Because Jerry Jones has run the organization into the ground. From the Jimmy Johnson era and everything. Like, sure, the 80s are reputable, but no. Go ahead, Vontae.
No, what I was going to say is the thing I agree with that is why it'll be good for him, especially if he could come and actually have like a decently lengthy tenure there and not just 1-2 years and then he's fired and got to go somewhere else. Jerry old and I don't know when. I don't wish death on nobody. But we all die someday. It's coming. His son is just as much of an idiot as he is. But with Jerry there, with Prime there, changing that culture, and especially if they start winning and really competing, especially competing in the playoffs,
of course,
I would hope that Jerry's son will see the changes that's being made to the organization and continue to let Deion, or not, even if Deion not going to be here forever either, even if a new coach came in, just realize that I shouldn't have as much power as my dad has.
Facts.
Maybe I should learn to delegate.
Facts.
I should learn to delegate and let these other professionals do their job.
Papa, what you got to say? I'm going to Axel. I got to go to Axel. Axel's been sitting there patiently.
That's the point I'm trying to make. If Jerry Jones then back down from Jimmy Johnson and he won. You see what I'm saying? So he pretty much saying, that's my team, I'm the GM, I got this for me. So do you actually think that he stepped down like that? I'm just talking about as far as I'll
take this one.
The control factor.
Yeah, I'll take this one.
The control factor. That's what I'm
I get that, but
hang on a second, Vontae, let me take this one. I think that Jerry Jones wants his kid to inherit a profitable franchise. That's what I think. The best thing I've seen from Jimmy Jones in the past 5 years was the acting scene he had in the HBO show, or HBO show, whatever show he had. Have you guys seen the clip of Jerry Jones playing a businessman? You haven't seen it?
Him acting.
Yes.
I've seen it.
Arguably the best motivational speech I've seen. Nothing I've seen for the Dallas Cowboys, guys. And I'm going to be real here. As much as I hate the Dallas Cowboys, I lived in Dallas for 5 years. I watched the Packers whoop their ass. I've had the best years of my life watching the Cowboys beat ass. But one thing I will say is when it comes down to Jerry Jones and his legacy, he has to submit when he knows his life is definitely not going to be. And I think that one person, if there was any Dallas Cowboys player, if there was any head coach who could come in and turn the organization around and unite the state of Texas around him over Jerry Jones, which isn't that hard of a task, I think Deion Sanders has a lot of pull.
If Mike McCarthy was a better coach, we would have hopped on his bandwagon over Jerry.
If Jerry wanted a winner, he wouldn't have hired Mike McCarthy in the first goddamn place. Let's be real here. I'm sorry. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. Believe me, Mike McCarthy gave us our last Super Bowl. His offense is just as predictable as Matt LaFleur's this season. And I think that if there's anything a franchise wants, they want an original play caller who's going to take the disadvantages of his team, the disadvantages of his rosters, and scheme it out in a way that's going to give you guys the advantage. Mike McCarthy is old.
Do you actually think that... Well, like I said, it depends on if Jerry Jones going to say, okay, Dion, when they start interviewing, they're not going to interview me. They interview you. Do you actually think, look here, both of them want the spotlight. Mm-hmm. As long as somebody give up something, then it'll probably work. I say that much. There's no way in the world when a team playing, how many teams interview the owners as far as interviews at the game?
So I'm gonna hit you with the ultimate rebuttal. Hold on, James.
No, you hold up. Let me say something.
It's my podcast. It's my podcast. Give me a minute.
I'm just trying to tell y'all, I'm finna spend some time with my baby before we go to bed.
Okay, go do that.
I ain't got another ear.
It's okay. Go do that. I love you, Corey. I wish the Rams the best, but on this show, you listen to me. I think that one thing is true. I think that in this football season, it's going to come down to which coach, which offensive coordinator, which defensive coordinator has the most mojo to win football games. And right now,
I'm talking about Dion. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know, but in terms of Dion, name one head coach who can come into Dallas and do more hell for Jerry Jones than Deion Sanders. That's my only question.
Nobody. None of them.
Okay. Who we go our way to way on the egos? I'm talking about Jerry Jones ego, Dion ego. Which one is?
I think that Deion Sanders has more people on the side than Jerry Jones has had in the last 40 years. So that gives him a lot of ground. That's just my personal opinion. James, if you need to go, bro, thank you so much for coming on the show. Oh, he's here. Yo, let's always, hey. Yo, we all respect all the lineages of guys. Now, welcome to it. But Corey, I'm going to let you have the second last word, then I'm going to finish it off. Corey Thompson. Who do you think is going to be the most pivotal head coach in this upcoming season? Which team do you think has the most balls to play? Because I know let's be real, you guys are losing Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. Who's going to come in and keep the Lions relevant next season? And then I'll finish it off.
Well, I think we probably I watched a clip with Aaron Glenn, and he was talking about how much he's grooming our linebacker coach. I gotta get the name because I just saw that earlier. I ain't got a chance to dig into it.
No worries.
It's more like Detroit might try looking in-house as far as going out-house to get somebody to fill the voice of the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Yeah, more likely they gone.
Hold on a minute. Did this nigga just take a shit on the podcast?
No, nigga.
Oh, okay. I saw you putting bets up. My bad, Corey. Go ahead, Papa. I was like, wait a minute. Go ahead, Papa.
You such a prick.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wow.
Yeah. We might look more on in-house to see, like, which linebacker coach we can make, defensive line coach we might can make defensive coordinator. They say Aaron Glenn been grooming them. They say he groomed them. And I saw something earlier in the podcast when Aaron Glenn was talking about when he first came and he invited the players to his house. He said, why wouldn't I do that as a head coach? He said, as a player, I want to get the knowledge from my coach to be a coach. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think more likely we might try to look in-house before we go out-house.
Okay.
I say we're not going out-house, but we're going to look and see in the organization to replace Ben and Glenn.
Okay. Hey, first off, guys, I just want to take a second. Thank all of you guys for coming on the show tonight. Like, literally, I know we've started this podcast in impromptu. Like, James, you've been on here. You've been passionate as fuck. Vontae, you've always been the most entertaining motherfucker. Axel, you know I love you, bro. We go back to all the way back to 2000, 2005. I love you guys. Corey Thompson, I wish the best to you guys. But, guys, let's be real here. This my podcast is just about football. We're gonna talk our shit, and we love all of you guys. So if you guys have liked all of the arguments that have gone on here, please feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. We love all of you. But all bullshit aside, go Pack, go Rams, go Cowboys. Oh, they're not in the playoffs. Go Saints. Oh, they're not in the playoffs. Oh, go Detroit Lions. They're gonna probably.
You didn't have to throw that in there.
You ain't in the playoffs anymore.
It's okay. I can still say go back up. But also, guys, I respect the hell out of all of you guys. We started this shit off impromptu. We've come on here. We've all been drinking. We've all talked our shit. But it's all about brotherhood, and that's the thing. I think the NFL's lost. I think that all bullshit aside, Corey, shut the fuck up. I think that all bullshit aside, I would not know as much about football without you guys coming on and talking about it week from week. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Guys, like, all bullshit aside. So, with that being said, if you guys like the Spike Podcast, go ahead and like and subscribe, drop a comment, give us all of your shit, tell us we're all dumb, and we love you guys all, and we will see you guys all soon. Good night.